Welcome back to our channel. Today the 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor lands like a long-awaited sequel that actually outdoes the original, wrapping budget-bred swagger, smart tech, and daily driver polish into one dessert-ready package. Ford hasn't just turned up the boost on the outgoing truck, it's rebuilt the experience around a 3.0-litre twin-turbo EcoBoost V6 now pushing 405 Macron horsepower and 430 Macron feet of torque. That's a healthy jump over last year's model and enough to sling the midsize Ranger from a stop to 60 Macron miles per hour in the mid-5-second range even on knobby KO3 terrains. The soundtrack is no longer a muted murmur either. A standard active ear valve exhaust lets you cycle from neighbor-friendly quiet to greener-inducing Baja, where the pipes crackle like a rally stage. Underneath, Ford's engineers focused on the bits you can't fake in marketing copy: suspension travel and chassis composure. Longer, 2.5-inch Fox Live valve shocks with piggyback reservoirs read the ground 500 times a second, stiffening for cornering and softening the instant you kiss a rock or rut. The rear now rides on reinforced Watt-link geometry, which keeps the axle centered without the side slop that plagues leaf spring setups. Translate that to smoother whooper sections and less hop when you're hustling on washboard. Ground clearance climbs to 11.4 Macron inches, approach hits 33 Macron degrees, and the truck can ford 35 inches of water, numbers that, on paper, rival a Bronco Raptor and beat anything else in the midsize bracket. Inside, the Ranger finally feels like a 2025 product. The dash is dominated by a crisp 12.4-inch portrait touchscreen running Sync Macron 4A, flanked by a fully digital cluster that rear-skins itself depending on the drive mode you select, to say, a Redona black tachocentric view for sport or a gyro-inspired picture and a roll readout for rock crawl. Over-the-air updates mean the infotainment stack won't feel dated 3 years in, and Ford's Pro Macron trailer assist now works with the 360-degree cameras to line up hitches almost hands-free. Front buckets gain thicker bolsters and Kintrester-stitched Kodiak orange panels, while magnesium shift paddles evoke GT500 vibes every time you click through the 10-speed automatic. You'd expect a hardcore Raptor to compromise on payload or towing, yet Ford bucks that trend. Max tow sits at 7,500 Macron pounds and payload at just over 1,400, besting the Tacoma TRD Pro and matching Colorado ZR2. A new integrated step behind the rear wheel makes bed access easier, and the 400-watt inverter means you can run power tools or camera gear without lugging a generator, a nod to overlanders and content creators alike. On pavement, the Raptor surprises by feeling tighter, quieter, and more refined than the outgoing truck. Variably ratio electric steering calms the twitchiness that sometimes plagues wide-ear track off-roaders, and acoustic glass keeps the cabin decibels closer to an far 150 Macron lariat than a rock buggy. Fuel economy is, predictably, not a highlight. EPA numbers hover at 17 Macron mpg combined, but a 22-gallon tank affords respectable range between desert waypoints. For YouTube reviewers, the 2025 Ranger Macron Raptor delivers bar-roll gold. Set the camera in slow-mo and watch those Fox dampers compress as the truck lands a two-foot drop without drama. Throw a lav mic near the tailpipes and capture the anti-lager style chirps during throttle lifts. Cut to the cabin and demo trail control crawling at 2 Macron miles per hour down a sandstone ledge while your hands hover inches from the wheel. Then finish with a real world test, hauling a dual sport bike and a week's worth of camping gear up a fire road, proving the Raptor isn't just a carpet showpiece but a bona fide adventure enabler. Ultimately, the 2025 Ranger Macron Raptor nails the balance that enthusiasts begged for. Big league off-road chops wrapped in a mid-size footprint you can still parallel park downtown. Whether your channel chases epic Utah vistas or suburban mall crawls, this truck supplies the spectacle, sound, and story that keep viewers smashing that like button.